Welcome students, welcome to our next part of this chapter number 6 of standard 7. This is what the burning of magnesium ribbon. In the previous video we talked about the physical and chemical changes. As a physical change, if we talk about any chalk, if I take the chalk in my hand and if I want to break it, it changes into the powder form. What actually that is? That is a physical change. But that is not a chemical change. We have not changed into any new substance. But here the magnesium ribbon, this will lead to the chemical changes. Chemical change that is irreversible change. Now let's see what type of reaction occurs in the magnesium ribbon. This magnesium ribbon, these are present in the labs and we can do the experiment. We take the magnesium strip. What we will do? We will heat it on the flame and after heating it will change into the ashes. Okay. That means here it will combine with the oxygen. Burning, how it occurs? In the presence of oxygen. It burns with bright white light. When we burn the magnesium ribbon, it will burn with the bright white light to form the powdery ash. That is magnesium oxide is formed. So magnesium react with the oxygen in the burning process, change into magnesium oxide. And when this magnesium oxide we mix in the water, what reaction will be there? It will change into magnesium hydroxide. So this is what it changed into the magnesium hydroxide, a new substance is formed. So what is this? This is a chemical change. Now it turns the red litmus to the blue. That means it is basic in nature. As I told you, B for base and B for blue, it is going to convert the red litmus to the blue. That means the substance has become basic. Now taking you to the actual process, how it occurs. This is the magnesium ribbon. When we burn it, it changes into the ashes, the white powdery substance, and here when we are going to mix with it, it forms the magnesium oxide, and we mix with the water, it will form the magnesium hydroxide. So here we will test with the litmus paper, it will turn the red to the blue. It is basic in nature. Next is the reaction between copper sulfate and iron. It also amazing. The reaction when these two react with each other, what happens? As we put the iron nail inside this copper sulfate in a beaker and few drops of dilute sulfuric acid. Dilute in the lab we have the concentrated form. The concentration is more. Okay. And if we add the water to it concentrated, that means we are making it dilute sulfuric acid. Now the solution is blue colored. What type of the color is the solution? It's blue in color. And when we drop the nail into it, what will happen? The color is changed. Now the brown color of copper is formed over the nail. Now this nail become the brown color. That means the copper is being deposited on the nail and this green color, here the solution is green color due to formation of iron sulfate. So what is formed? Iron nail when dipped in the dilute sulfuric solution, that sulfuric acid, and that is copper sulfate is the solution. This is blue in color. But now here when we dip in the solution, the iron nail will become brown. That means it is copper and solution is green because here iron sulfate is formed. As you can see the reaction, copper sulfate CuSO4. This is the solution. Iron is put into it, that is chemical name is Fe. Now it forms iron sulfate. This iron will combine with the sulfate and it will form the iron sulfate and the copper that is on the iron nail. So this is the reaction between these two. That is again chemical change. As you can see how it occurs. When the iron react with the copper sulfate, this brown color, this change over here, this is of copper, and the green color iron sulfate is formed. So this is how the reaction takes place, the chemical change. Next we have the vinegar. As you have acetic acid at your home, vinegar and the baking soda. This experiment you can try at home. Now what you have to do? You will take this vinegar and baking soda. What will happen when these two react? What is the other name of vinegar? Acetic acid. And of baking soda, that is sodium hydrogen carbonate. What it will form? Now this is an acid and this is an base. See, carbon dioxide is released and other substances are also formed. Now carbon dioxide gas which is released during this process, okay, during the reaction, the carbon dioxide gas is released and this is passed to the lime water. Lime water, how you can make it? Take the lime water, put it into the water and keep it as such for a while, then put some more water. Now this water will become the lime water. Now this lime water, it will turn milky when when this carbon dioxide released during this reaction react with this. Now here the formation of calcium carbonate. Lime water when react with carbon dioxide, it will form the calcium carbonate. Now this reaction you can see carbon dioxide from this reaction, lime water, that is calcium hydroxide CaOH2, calcium carbonate CaCO3 and water H2O. This is formed in this reaction. So this is the vinegar. As you can see, as it is putting into it, the carbon dioxide gas is released, the formation. As you can see, these two things you have to take and it turns into the blue. Why? The baking soda is basic in nature, but acetic acid, that is, yes, exactly, that is acid and it will remain the same, the turmeric litmus paper. As you can see over here, the reaction between two. Next, these we have taken in this reaction. This is the vinegar and this is here in this baking powder. This is acid and this is base. When they both react, we know salt is formed, then water and carbon dioxide released during this process. This is the reaction between the two. Next we have the rusting of iron. How the rusting takes place? The rusting, as you buy any new thing that is made up of iron, slowly by the span of time in the presence of air and moisture and sunlight, this undergo degradation of that material. Now the rusting that causes damage of the article made of iron. Now this iron that takes place due to reaction between among which the reaction takes place between iron, oxygen and water or water vapor that is present in the atmosphere. Now how the rusting takes place, this is an important thing, that iron when they react with the oxygen in the environment and the water, that is water vapor, it leads to rust. What rust actually? This is iron oxide. So it can be asked to you what is rust and what is rusting. So you have to. So how we can prevent the rusting, as you have seen at your home also, to prevent the rusting of your main gate, your parents need to, or they used to paint it, or you grease your bicycles. There are different ways, by oiling or greasing, by applying the paint and coating a layer of metal that like of zinc or chromium. Zinc coating, that is galvanization process, and the chromium, that is alloying. That is in case of the stainless steel. Chromium, nickel, this is in the case of stainless steel. So the process of coating layer of the zinc on iron, if you coat the zinc material on the iron, this process is known as galvanization, and this is helpful in preventing the rusting. As you can see, these are coated, some are painted and the color coated with the coil. These are used to prevent the material of iron from rusting. Next is this crystallization process. What is crystallization? Crystallization, this is the formation of large crystals and these are very pure substance. In this crystallization process, what we get? We get the pure substance from the solution, and this process is known as crystallization. As in the case of copper sulfate, we have in the lab, we take this copper sulfate, we mix in the water and few drops of sulfuric acid we will add. Then what we will do? We will heat this water. Then we will start boiling it and we just keep on adding the powdered solution till the point will come, the saturated point. Above that point, no more amount of copper sulfate being added. So that particular point is known as saturated solution. Now slowly we will stir this solution. Now no more powder can be dissolved. What we will do? We will stop it, we will filter that solution and we allow to cool it down. After cooling, you will find such big crystals of the copper sulfate, and these are formed, and the impurities that remain in the solution form, this will not convert into the crystals. So crystals are only formed when the substance is been pure. So these are pure form in the crystallization process. This you can see in this process they are putting it, and if you keep it for a long time, and secondly we can use the alum also to get the pure crystals. So this is the process how it can be done to form the crystals. Slowly it get pure, pour a whole liquid over here, and by the span of time you will observe that small crystals are start forming and on the thread. As you can see, this process of crystallization. Now you can observe that the crystals are being formed in the glass as it was kept for a long time, and you can see these crystals, these are a pure form. This process is crystallization. So this was all about the crystallization process and the physical and chemical changes. So thank you so much. Stay tuned with us. We'll meet you soon in our next videos.